Hello and welcome to another Stock Talk, the third Stock Talk. I'm glad you guys are back and hopefully finding these very helpful in identifying setups for the current week, even the upcoming weeks. So I'm back with a lot of setups this week, and I'm going to try to limit it to the best ones and really tell you guys which sectors to be focusing on for the upcoming week or two for the end of January here. But man, there's a lot of bullish breakouts still happening in this market, and I'm here to give them to you. So let's start it off. First of all, the SMH, I went over this in my analysis video, but you can see a nice weekly breakup bar after 4 weeks of consolidation. So my expectations are for the semiconductors to continue grinding. And I found a couple of setups here on these semiconductors that I like. First is going to be Intel. Intel, although it has come down a bit, where is it? It's above the prior highs, simply pulling back, right? So this is holding support, and we also have a consolidation pattern with a bearish inside bar. But if this breaks up and closes daily above that inside bar, look for Intel to explode to the upside, which I think is likely with the semis looking to break out here. There's two more that I like from the semi sector. AMD has already kind of been playing out. This is the same exact pattern, except this is a bullish inside bar. And you can see this closes the day over, and we have a nice rally. Don't think AMD's anywhere near done yet. That was a nice long consolidation period, and usually the longer, the better. You can see when we have long consolidation periods, it tends to last many days, the rally that comes. So we've now broken the 50 level, closed above the 50 level. That's an important psychological level. I would not be surprised to see AMD hit 55, maybe 60 within the next week or two. Really wouldn't be surprised. So AMD is on my watch list. The third setup that I like, I don't necessarily like how extended it has gotten the last 2 days. It's seen a very quick move. So that makes me a little bit hesitant, but QCOM is no exception to parabolic buying type action or parabolic selling. It can move very quick all of a sudden. I don't know when earnings are on this. Earnings are not till February. So if you look really closely, QCOM broke its trend line. Okay. On top of that, here's a weekly chart. Again, you can see the slightest of trend line breaks. It counts to me. That's why we draw them exactly based off line charts, right? We draw them off line charts, see how it's exact, and you see the tiny bit sticking above there, right? So that's a breakout. And the other thing about QCOM is it had the same pattern, an inside bar, but on the weekly chart. And so that's now broken up. And you saw what AMD started to do on a daily inside bar. Weekly inside bars are even more of a long-term signal, plus you've gotten a trend break. So, in my opinion, QCOM is going to surpass 100, maybe 105, 110 within the next couple of weeks. We'll see. Maybe it'll settle down and consolidate for a couple of weeks. That can happen as well. But on the weekly chart here, looking very, very bullish on QCOM. Okay. The other very hot sector, the sector that could definitely start heating up, is the XLF. And the XLF, let's go to a weekly chart. We finally got the break of the prior all-time highs on a weekly close. Check out every week, rejects that level, and it's essentially a bull flag pattern. We're not actually getting rejected from these highs. See up here? This is a rejection, right? We're simply sitting underneath the prior highs, looking to move higher. So I've scanned the financial sector, and I have come out with some of my favorite setups in the financial sector. Okay, most of them are in the capital markets sector. They seem to be doing the best out of everything. Banks are doing okay. Banks are really in a lot of holding patterns. So I've chosen to focus on the capital markets until the banks give us a more clear signal of direction. So first is MS. This one is more of a day trading setup. This is an immediate setup. And what I'm looking at here is there's a gap over here that we came up after earnings. Don't know how their earnings were. I'm assuming they beat well. And yeah, we came up, hit the gap, rejected. Friday, we closed above the gap. So that's a bullish signal. Gaps are always very important levels. You can see all I've marked here are two gaps. And so I believe these are the all-time highs. Yes. So I would not be surprised if Morgan Stanley goes on to make all-time highs off of this. But in the immediate future, the first day or two of the trading day next week, look for MS to hold that gap and continue higher up to the all-time highs resistance. Okay. ICE. This one is a long-term breakout. Let's check out a weekly on ICE. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful breakup. This is wonderful. And looking back at this had actually broken a weekly flag 2 weeks ago. Check that out. So, but now we've gotten the actual break of the all-time highs. We have the ultimate confirmation. If you are if you are an investor, if you are a swing trader, this is a great swing trading setup. I mean, it looks beautiful. So yeah, ICE is one of my favorite setups for the coming week. I'm actually already in some ICE. I got in after the daily break. You can see the daily break here. So I got in here on Thursday. But now we have the weekly break, the ultimate confirmation. If you're a swing trader, check this one out. And then NDAQ, NASDAQ. This one, this one is looking pretty good too, right? We had a couple tight consolidation ranges, and we finally have a break up. I'm looking for continuation in NDAQ next week. So this is your entry zone, your support zone. You have no gaps below, right? So we're good. That's your support zone. You know where you're wrong. And yeah, NDAQ breaking to the upside. Okay, I have a few more I want to share, and then I'm just gonna give you guys the other sectors that I think can continue seeing upside this week. Okay. AFL Aflac. Aflac's a bit of a mess. Sorry about all these levels. Let me just take these off really quick. Let me just take these off. Yes, I do. There we go. That's a little more clear. So Aflac, it's a bit of a mess, mainly because of the zone that I have drawn that could be potential heavy resistance. But with the financial market breaking to the upside, I favor Aflac here, and now I'm seeing I should have drawn a longer term trend line here. So we have a flag break. It's a solid breakup. And now what we can be looking for on Aflac is a trend break, a long-term trend break to go back into an uptrend. So this one is still kind of setting up. It could be a nice day trade up to resistance on perhaps Tuesday or Wednesday. Once we get here, be watching Aflac. Can we break this trend line? And that can send Aflac back into an uptrend again, because we have been kind of downtrending for a little while, okay? MMC, this one looks really good. This one has had a really tight consolidation range. Let's check out a weekly for a bit better picture. I mean, there you go. You've got a nice high base, and now you've got the break and close above. That is a buy signal, guys. Whenever you see something go straight sideways, the candle that closes above that range, that high base range, that's a buy signal. So if you are a swing trader, this looks amazing. Even if you're a day trader, you can look for breakouts intraday on this. Look to buy dips on this. This is a very bullish stock at the moment, and it's gotten a long-term swing buy signal here. Should see some nice upside. A couple more. HIG. HIG looks pretty nice here. I'm expecting continued upside probably all of next week. If we go down to the daily, that's where the trend line is drawn. It's a beautiful flag. Look at all the touches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And boom, gap above and go. There was a gap right here as well. We closed above the gap, showing strength, showing bullishness. The next gap is all the way at the highs. This one has a lot of room, guys. That's a 2.1% move. And to be honest, this will most likely look to make new highs afterwards. Looking incredible. I mean, this is a beautiful setup. Whether you're a swing trader or a day trader, this thing could really get going on the upside too for day traders. Looks really good. Really good. And let's see what else we have. I've got two more for you here. TTWO. This one is pretty interesting. We've gotten a weekly trend break. So we've had a bit of a downtrend, and look at the rising bottom here. A beautiful cup. I mean, that's a really nice pattern there, guys. And we've gotten the trend break. Not only that, but we've closed the week above what I would consider an important resistance area here. When you go down to a daily, you can see there's a gap down and a breakdown candle right there. We do have this gap to get over. So that is one thing, but right, we've gotten the trend break, which I think is huge. On the weekly, that's a really good signal. So look for TTWO to continue higher. Maybe wait a day or two and see how it acts at the gap, see if it's holding this support. When everything doesn't shout at you to buy, you might want to wait a day or two, see how price acts, and once you get the best confirmation, that's when you can get in. So we do have one or two buy signals here, but we have an open gap right above, right? And maybe a daily trend line isn't broken yet, right? So those are things to keep in mind, right? When you're looking, you want to take into consideration all possibilities. Where could it project? So maybe wait for some more confirmation on this and make sure it's holding the zone. And if that looks good, maybe a little bit of consolidation, then go for it, right? But weekly chart looks amazing, okay? And then last one before I cover just the hot sectors, EQR. This is in real estate, which if we switch over to real estate is very hot right now. So EQR should follow in the footsteps. And boom, we have a trend break. We have several touches. You can see it's well respected. Didn't quite get to it there. Showing weakness, breaks down and sees a nice sell-off. Finds a support inside bar pattern, breaks up, uses the top of the inside bar as support, and breaks trend. So this is looking really good. One thing I would like to see on this, but I would expect because of the trend break and it's now been holding. Look at these candles showing nice bullish sentiment there. And like I actually just noticed, look at that. There's another inside bar, although this one only was consolidating for 3 days. Look at that. We got the break. We are now holding again. But obviously, the one thing I would like to see on this is this zone right here, right? Clearly very important zone. Would like that to be broken. But you don't have to wait for that. That can always be a target. And then if we break that, I mean, it's surely going higher. We have no gaps until up at the 86.6 area, right? That's a very nice amount of room on the upside. Okay, so EQR, real estate's heating up, and this is one of my favorite setups right now. So, yeah, that's kind of it. That's just the ones that I picked. I tried to single out the best ones that I could find. There are other setups. There are setups that are continuing to run, but I'm trying to look for stuff that is breaking out right now. Okay. So really quick, the sectors that I think are going to stay hot. That doesn't mean they can't pull back. Just within the next few weeks, the end of January into February, these are the sectors that I am looking to stay on the uptrend. Okay. So first is utilities. Now, I went over this in one of my videos. When they broke out. Me and my team, we traded SO, right? We were in this. This is just incredible. Got upgraded Friday and saw a massive rally. All trends are breaking. This thing is skyrocketing. I don't think it's done. It's not just going to stop right there, right? This is looking incredibly bullish with volume coming in. So yeah, XLU, that's a breakout, right? And so regardless of pullbacks, I'm not telling you to buy right here. I'm not telling you to sell right here, right? I'm just telling you, when you look at this chart, I mean, what do you think is going to happen? It's probably going to set up in a bullish manner again with a bull flag with an inside bar, and it's going to continue higher, right? It just broke out. So XLU, look for this to definitely remain hot. Also, the consumer staples, XLP, looking really hot, right? The one thing on this, I want to see if we broke. Let me draw this out real quick. There's a trend line that's going to be like, yep, right there. So we haven't, it's basically, whoops, that's not what I wanted. Jesus. So we basically have a channel. We have a regression channel here. You can see the bottom's a little bit bigger than the top. So this is what we have. It would be very interesting to see if the XLP breaks up. The XLP breaks up, this thing can really start to go. Let's extend that to the left. Look at that nice channel. That's a really beautiful channel. But look at every time the XLP gets to the top of the channel, it absolutely explodes, right? Gets through, consolidates. This one's a little messier. Goes up, right? It's not always going to be perfect, but look at that resistance. Can we break? XLP is one to watch. If we can break, we can really explode in that sector. If not, this continues to be the channel. We have to keep an eye on it. So maybe not on the consumer staples. Communication sector, still looking great. Great. Just exploding to the upside. Yeah, this one looks really good. We had Comcast close at new highs with if you look at this weekly chart, look at that massive weekly breakup candle. That's huge, guys. I mean, that looks really good. That thing has room. There's probably a trend line here. There's probably a trend line here somewhere. But I mean, even if you draw this, right, look at how much upside that has, guys. That Comcast can really go. So the communication sector is hot. Doesn't look to be slowing down. Obviously, it's a bit extended here. You need to look for setups on specific stocks. But regardless, this is bullish until it sees a rejection. It's on a, look at that, long term. This is since May, right? So this is 9 months, 8 months, 9 months of consolidation into a breakout. It's not going to stop anytime soon, I'll tell you that. Going on, one last sector, the healthcare sector. Look at that trend break. Look at the retest. Breaks the highs. Weekly break up after 4 or 5 weeks of consolidation. Healthcare could really explode next week, in the next 2-3 weeks even. Keep your eyes on healthcare for sure. That's looking really bullish. Okay. So yeah, that's gonna do it. Hope you guys found this helpful, and hopefully you guys make some money on these plays. Again, I can't say that I'm buying any of these plays. I can't recommend that you buy them, but I hope you do your own DD and you see the value in the place that I give, and hopefully it works out. Sorry, bonus if you're still around. I have one more. I just remembered. IBM. Look at this symmetrical triangle breakout. IBM looks incredible. Here's the weekly trend lines that I have. That's got at least $7 of upside on a $138 stock. IBM can really explode next week, guys, the next week or two. Look for that weekly trend line break. Boom, then we're up here. Then we're at 155, 157. That's a massive rally it could have out of this triangle breakout. You see it forming higher lows. This is bullish, guys. So IBM is my last one. So yeah, drop a like and sub if you're not, and please share. Sharing's the best way to get the name around. It's tough as a smaller channel, so yeah, please share it with anybody that could use these picks. I know a lot of people are looking for the hot stocks, and I do the work for you. I go through thousands of stocks. I find the best setups every week, and I give them to you guys for free. So if you guys could share, that'd be awesome. And yeah, have a good one, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.